Okay, is this everybody that's going to be joining, or?
Um, well, we're still a few minutes early.
Oh yeah,
Maybe I
there's a few
should
more coming.
pause.
Yeah, just yeah.
I think it's working.
Okay, it's just a few more joining, so I'm just gonna add everybody as they come in. Guys, if you do have questions throughout the session, if you put them in the chat, I'll come to them at the end. Or if you just want to save them, we can obviously do them at the end as well. If there's anything burning though, I mean, feel free to shout out. It's not really a problem for me whatsoever. But once I start sharing, obviously I don't see you guys, so that's a good option.
To the conference attendees on Friday.
Okay, brilliant. If anyone else comes in, I'm just going to add them as we go. So I might stop just to add a few more people. But first of all, hello everyone. My name's John, part of the All in the Loop team. We're the people that sort of designed the, created the website, I should say. And what I'm going to do today is just go through a little bit of a how-to for you guys as exhibitors, what you can do, how you can contact attendees, what you can do when you're contacting people, and all of those options, basically. Sorry, basically. Okay, first thing I'm going to do, I am going to share my screen, and this is going to get us straight onto the website. Now, first thing I'm going to do is I'm actually going to log in as myself, basically, as an attendee. And this is just going to give you a bit of an attendee how-to, because you are technically an attendee as well. So that's something you will be able to do. So first thing, oh, I just got a... I'm just going to mute some people there because I think we're getting a bit of an echo. Hopefully that's sorted it. Okay, so I'm just going to put in my email address here and my password. This is the same for you guys. Now you'll notice at the top there, it does say for best results, use Google Chrome. Please do use Google Chrome if you have it. If you don't have Google Chrome, I do recommend downloading it. It takes about 30 seconds to download. If your work don't allow you to download Google, pardon me, sorry, I have got a bit of a cough. If they don't allow you to download Google Chrome, if you have Firefox, Edge, or Mozilla Firefox, they also work perfectly fine with our system. So they're the other options for you if you need, basically. And you can use Safari as well. Pardon me, sorry. The only one that I would say avoid is Internet Explorer. It just doesn't load fast enough. So if you get onto a video call with somebody, you're going to find massive lag issues. So Google Chrome is the best, then Firefox, then Edge, then Safari, then if you use anything else, then you can, but they're the three that I would recommend, with Chrome being the best. Okay, once you go in, you tick the I agree to the terms and privacy policy. If you have forgot your password, you can click the forgot password link that just showed up on the left-hand side. So I'm just going to show you that again on here. So that is actually in this section here. It says I forgot my password. And that will just send an email, just like any forgot password links. We've all done them before, and it just works the same as any of the others do, basically. So this is the homepage for the event. It's got links to the program, schedule, exhibit hall, attendees, everything like that. For you guys, what you're going to want to know is people clicking into the exhibit hall. You can click into the exhibit hall just on the homepage here, and they would actually be able to see all of your guys' sessions on here, as you can see now. So you've got the different booths on here. Now they're all clickable. So you can click on each of these different booths and go through to a session. So if we click on Cara, for example, brings up Cara like this, and then we can go straight through and add them onto the system here. So this brings us actually into an actual session itself. So if I show you this now, you've got your cover photo, as I'm sure you guys may have seen. You've got your cover photo, your logo, a little bit of information about you. So Cara's just got a click to the website, click to the Twitter, pardon me, and a survey that goes direct. And there's a video that goes to them as well. Now, you'll notice when I'm in on Kara's booth, I can book meeting, video call, or message Eric, John, and Lorenzo. Now, for yourself, when you're logged in, if, for example, it's John, John will see that he has the option to book meeting, video call, and message Eric, and the same with Lorenzo. 1 second, sorry. So, so he'll be able to message them on his own personal profile there. He won't see these options, and that's because obviously you can't book meeting, video call, or message. I always mention it because it always does come up. You won't see it for yourself, but everybody else will see it for you. So it's really important that you do actually notice that when you go in. Okay, what you can do and what attendees can do, so if they go in on your session, they can actually have a look through here, they can watch your video and so on. If they're interested, they can directly message you. So for example, if I just click onto the message for Lorenzo, just click on the messages, and then I could say, for example, hello, Lorenzo. I didn't, there we are, Lorenzo, I am interested, oh, whoops. Interested in your product. They just click enter on there, and this will pop up just on the right hand side. If you use messages, it basically looks the same as your messages, your instant messaging services, everything like that. It works the exact same. You are also able to put pictures, and they are also able to put pictures onto that session as well. So if you needed to, and if it's relevant for your product that you put a picture up to explain something or a graph or anything like that, you can actually do so by clicking this picture icon here and grabbing the picture that you have. So if I go on to, I don't think I have any, I will have some in the how to. So you can just go like that. That picture will show up there, as you can see, and you can add multiple pictures, and you just click that send button there, and that picture will go up to Lorenzo. But for example, you just click enter, or you click that through. You can, if you really want to, you can send emojis. I don't think it's used very much, but there is the ability on there to do so. So what happens if you're getting a load of messages of somebody, you don't know who they are, and how are you going to qualify them, basically? What's really good is for you guys on this chat function, you're going to have the option to click view profile. Now, if you click view profile, what that will do is it'll actually bring up the profile of the person. Now, Lorenzo doesn't have his job title on here, but he is a booth rep, obviously. But for the attendees, they will actually have, not so loud noise. They will actually have their name and their job title and where they work in there. So that's a good way for you guys to qualify if they're a decision maker or anything like that. That's relevant for you guys, or not even. You can actually work that out from there. You are also able to, pardon me, sorry, to request the meeting yourself, or they'll request a meeting with you. Now they can do it from your actual profile, as we see here. Apologies for my cough. Or they can actually do it from within the session if they click book meeting. Once they click book meeting, they have the ability to select the date. So let's say the 2nd. Select, pardon me, sorry, select the time. So it goes 7 till 10 p.m. So let's say 8:15. And we can select the header for the message, so why we're actually setting up this meeting with him. So for example, if I put just to catch up, I click request meeting, that goes through to Lorenzo, and Lorenzo will then get a meeting request, and it will pop up in his notifications, pardon me, sorry, and it will also show up in his messages. So you'll get a meeting request in his notifications here, kind of like you do with Facebook if you use it, or Twitter or anything like that. You'll see a meeting request pop up. You can actually go into your messages, and you'll see that you have a meeting request here. So here's one I've prepared earlier. Jordan has actually requested a meeting with me at 9:30 on the 3rd. Tap here to accept the meeting or cancel the meeting. And this will come through in your messages, which you'll get from your notifications. So I've obviously accepted the meeting, so I tapped on it, and it took me to my meeting section. And you'll see that I actually have accepted the meeting here. Now, you are able to add more people to this meeting if needed. So for example, I wanted to add Matthew Abbott. So what I could do is I could type in Matthew's name. Oh, I may have spelled his name wrong there. I'm just going to put in his surname. There we are. So, and then you tick this one and then you click send invitation. So now that's also going to add another person in on that meeting. So if there was, you wanted more than one person to join the meeting, so you've got like a couple of decision makers in on that meeting, absolutely great. You are able to do so by doing it there. What's also really great for you guys, you can actually go and venture out, so you don't have to wait for inbound. You can go for outbound by going into the directory, pardon me, sorry, into the directory here. So I can go into the directory and I can actually look for people. So we do have the option to filter people out. So there we are, decision makers, yes. And then you click filter. Now, if this has been set yet, there we are. You've now got a list of all of the people who have said they are a decision maker for their company. And you're able to message those people directly with that filter. You can clear the filters. You can have filters and as an and, so you can have attendee and an exhibitor, or you can have attendee or exhibitor. You can do it on multiple sections. So I've now looking at really narrowing it down. So now I've put 2 more filters on along with the filter that I already had, and nobody's that filtered. So if they're a decision maker attendee, let's see if we can find any of those. And there we are. So we've narrowed it down a bit further. And we've got the decision makers that are just the attendees now. And you can see how that filtering can really help you out. If you are looking for a specific company, there's a company that you guys particularly want to go out there and collaborate with, you can actually search for people by their company, as you can see here. So that's also really useful for you guys if you're getting outbound leads that are coming in. So that is also, yeah, something really important. Sorry, guys, I've just had 3 missed calls from this person. I've just got to quickly just get one of my colleagues to call them back because it's obviously something important. So just bear with me. Apologies for this. Sorry about this. I just got to make sure it is sorted because it looks like it might be an emergency on one of the events. Okay, right. So apologies for that. I'll just get back to this now. Now, I don't believe that Matthew does have his job title in here, but if I type in Matthew on here, he'll actually come up because you can search for people just by their name. So if you know who you're looking for, you can search for somebody by their name. So we can see I've got Matthew Abbott here, and I know he's a project manager all in the loop right away. So I know he's probably not a decision maker, but he might have some important information, or he might actually be working on a project and he might be leading up new acquisitions. So it's definitely worth talking to him. So I can go on his account, can send him a message, or I can request a meeting with him. I can go straight into send a message, and I could, as you can see, I've already messaged him in the past. So hello, Matthew, hope you're well. Sent him a picture, and I've also sent him an emoji. But you can just see how you actually do this on the system. So you just click enter and that just goes straight through to them. I'm actually going to book another meeting with them so you can just see how that process looks. And yeah, I'm going to do it for the 5th. I click request meeting. Now that's going to go through to Matthew in the messages. So once Matthew's accepted my meeting request, I will get a option saying that they've accepted and they are going to get that to go through. On here, apologies guys, sorry, I'm just getting inundated here. Okay, right. Okay, so that is basically the main sections that you're going to be doing in terms of sales and everything like that. The other area that you guys are going to be looking at is the program. Obviously, you are able to attend the sessions yourself. We've got some great sessions going on. So all you'd need to do is actually go into the account like this. You can actually click on a session in particular. So for example, if I click on opening keynote to watch the keynote address, I can just click on it here and I'm going to have this option that says view video feed. Now there's no video going to be playing there obviously today, but this is where the video would show. So you click this second view video feed button and you can actually see the session as it's going on. Now what can be really useful and a good way to pick up leads is when the video is going on, this discussion chat on the left hand side is going to have a lot of people commenting, saying their points, their views, anything like that, hellos, goodbyes. If there's anything that strikes out to you as maybe that's something you could help with, you might be able to find it in the chat. It can be a bit of a gold mine for things like that. So you can actually see comments, questions, anything like that that people are putting in the chat. And then you can actually click, pardon me, sorry, on the person from within the chat, and it will take you directly to their personal accounts. And from where you saw when I was on Matt earlier, that you can send message or request meeting. Now, what's really important, if you are going to be watching a session, if you do run a VPN with your work laptop, just make sure it is off just for our event, because it might cause you issues because it's a virtual private network. So it will make you see it in your own room, so you won't necessarily see the discussion coming through. So yeah, just important, if you have got a VPN, it's usually as part of one of your Chrome extensions that show up on the top bit there. Pardon me, sorry. If you don't have a profile picture on there and you do want to add one, you can actually do that by clicking on my profile and clicking on this pencil here, and this will allow you to change your profile picture. You are also able to put in your job title. So if you, pardon me, sorry, if it's not been entered exactly what your job title is, you are also able to change it. Now in the About You section, the filters that we were talking about, so you've got the attendee types, you've got, oh, whoops, sorry, I clicked out of that then, apologies. You've got the attendee type, so you've got your About Yous, so you've got your staffs, your decision makers, oh, whoops, sorry, I keep clicking out of it. I haven't got my mouse. I'm at home currently because of my cough, so I haven't got my mouse at home, so I'm not so great on my touchpad, so apologies for that. You could basically scroll through here and then you just click save, and now that will show you're not retired and you are staff. So when people do the filter searches, they will be able to find me if they're looking for people who are not retired and people who are staff, basically. That's definitely something you are able to do on here as well. Okay. Oh, what's going on with the PC now? One moment. My PC has gone a little grey and unresponsive. I'm just going to just refresh it. Well, I'm just going to get back the share screen up. Apologies, guys. There we are. Nothing Control Alt Delete can't solve. Okay, so that's the main areas. The other area that we have is your schedule. So what's really good is you can actually save the sessions. So if I go back in on here, so I've saved opening keynote, and I'm going to save T100B, upcoming Illinois. I'm going to also save, pardon me, sorry, I'm also going to save this session here, and I'm going to save, oh, apologies, and I'm going to save this session here. Now what's great is those sessions have all now been saved, and they can actually be seen inside my agenda and my schedule. And click in on my agenda. Now I can see on February 2nd, for example, I've got the opening keynote and the T100B. On February 3rd, I've got the virtual meeting with Jordan Rainey, and that's been confirmed. So that is set in my calendar. On February 4th, I've got this event. February 5th, I've also got this session here. Now, pardon me, sorry. On February 3rd, I've obviously got that meeting at 9:30. So if I actually was interested in saving one of these sessions, you don't have to save the sessions, but if there's sessions that you do particularly want to do, for example, let's go on to the 3rd, and we're going to save this session here. I'm also going to save, let's say, this session here. Pardon me, sorry. Yeah, so this session here. Okay, so now they're actually in, you can go back into the My Agenda section, and you'll be able to see on February 3rd, now this stage really starting to fill out, because I've got the 9 to 9:50, so that's overlapping a little bit. So I'd have to cut that maybe a little bit short to go to this meeting, to then, once finished that meeting, go on to this next session here. So you can really build out your calendar in that way and just manage your time in such a way that you'd be able to do that. With the messages, obviously, you saw I was able to add more attendees when I actually accepted the meeting, but you also have this other option within here to reschedule meetings. So we've obviously got this accepted meeting between me and Jordan. I've then realized that there's a session that I want to watch, so maybe we could do the session a little bit later on. So I'm going to then suggest to Jordan, instead of then, we could potentially do 4:45. Now you may see that I only have options of 9:30, 4:30 down to 10 o'clock, even though we have the availability of 7 a.m. to 10 p.m. That is because Jordan has actually blocked out his schedule. So Jordan is not contactable on the 3rd, or on the 2nd rather, between set times. And you can actually set this yourself. So if there's a time that you don't want people to try and book meetings with you, so for example, let's say you're not working in the evening, so from 6 p.m. till 10 p.m. you're not going to be doing anything. So you could put out of office, for example, and submit. So if somebody tried to book a meeting with you, as I just tried to do with Jordan there, it actually shows a little hidden section. So on the 2nd, they're the only times that I'm available to actually get Jordan now, because I've also blocked out my schedule. So this is the only times really that we're both free and we both have nothing else going on. So I could reschedule it to 4:45, put the message with reason why. It was just to catch up, and now that's going to be rescheduled. And now we'll have to wait for Jordan to accept that again on the system. But you can see that's basically how it runs on the system. And you can see that I do have these blocks on these set days. So on the 2nd, I've got the blocks out of office. Well, I may have double clicked that, but you get the point of it there. If you do have any issues with anything on the day, you do also have the option for help. Now this will just give you to the direct link to the support team. Now that's my team. We have quite a big team who will actually answer any queries, any issues that you're having. That can be password resets, videos, somebody's trying to do a video call with you and it's not coming through. Now, when you do a video call, it works pretty much the exact same as Google Hangout if you've used Google Hangout. It's not Google Hangout, it is our own program, but it allows you to pick up your camera. Now, what's really important when it's picking up your camera is that you don't have something else on. What I'm going to do, just very quickly, I'm just going to, pardon me, show you a little bit how it would look for you and a speaker. Now, I don't have you and an attendee. I don't have another person available for me to show it completely. So what I'm going to just quickly do is I'm just going to quickly create a little session so you can see how it looks as one person in there. Essentially, when it's two people, there'll be one person here and another person here. So it's split into the two for obvious reason. Now, what I'm going to do, like I say, I'm just going to quickly create one and you'll see how it actually looks. And so on. So yes, I'm just going to quickly add, pardon me, sorry about my cough. I'm just going to quickly add that in and yeah, get that up for you guys. Just while I'm doing that, if anybody has got any questions, feel free to ask now or potentially, pardon me, sorry, potentially put that down in the chat. Okay. Okay. Right. Oh, okay. So we've got no real questions. So that's good news. So what I'm going to do, I'm actually have just edited one of these sessions, and this will look. I've just done it just so you can see how it will literally look. It won't show meeting room, but it will. You just click on that virtual meeting button that I had with Jordan, and then once you do that, you'll get to a page that looks very similar to this. So you'll have an option that says Start Meeting, as you can see here. And you won't have this discussion on the side. You'll just have it so it says Start Meeting. Now I click Start Meeting now and nothing showed up. The reason that's happened is because I'm actually sharing my camera on Zoom. So if you've got your camera open elsewhere and you've got your microphone open elsewhere, you're not going to be seen on the front end. So it's really important. So what I'm going to do, I'm just going to turn off the camera and I'm going to go back into the room. Okay, and then I'm going to click the Start Meeting button. And what's going to happen is you're now going to see me on camera. And this is how it would look. And when there's another person in the room with you, or another two, they essentially split into grid view. So you'll have one person here, and then if there's 3 of you, there'll be 2 people, 1 person, 4 of you, you take up a quarter, and so on. You'll see, oh, my name is down as Tina. I don't know if I switched logins there, but you can see obviously I'm now logged in on the system. I don't know why I switched logins, but I've switched logins. But anyway, it should be my name there, but you get the point. You are able to mute your mic, change your headphones. So obviously I've got the headset microphone on. You can also change your camera. I've obviously just using the webcam for this camera. And you do have the option to share your screen. So if you are going to do any demos, that's ideal for you, obviously. You can share your screen, show your video, or you can even show a PowerPoint to a potential client. So that's obviously really useful. You do have the option, if there's multiple people in the session, so if you have like 4 or 5 of you in the session, you can actually just comment in the chat box instead if everybody starts sort of talking over each other. I just noticed something has come up in the chat. Yeah, okay, so that's basically how it would work for you guys with this section. When you're finished with the call, you just click the hang up button. Obviously very simple stuff there. Now, we do actually have also this leaderboard here. Now, this is incentives for people. They will get 30 points for actually answering any survey questions that they're sat within the exhibitor booths. So they are going, and that will get them, I think it's $500 gift card, $500 prize in gift cards. So there's a huge incentive for people to actually come into your booths. Now, once they're in your booths, then they have the option to obviously video call you, message you, and things like that, but they're going to be answering surveys. So you're going to get quite a bit of data from that. And that survey, we know who has actually answered that survey as well. But yeah, there's obviously a massive incentive to do so. And each time they answer a survey, like I say, they get 30 points. So the more people that answer, the higher up the leaderboard they go. What's great is you can actually go in and you can see, that's me, but because I've answered one of the surveys, you can actually go in and click on me and go, all right, well that John's dead keen and he has answered a lot of surveys. We'll see if we can actually just pull a bit of business from him, for example, and you'll be able to do that from here. But yeah, they can, if they schedule a meeting as well, pardon me, sorry, they get 15 points. So it's really an incentive for them to book meetings, attend, answer your surveys, all of those things. So yeah, there's that option for you on our system as well. Okay, that's pretty much, pardon me, sorry, apologies for my cough. That is pretty much everything with our platform. I'm now ready to answer any questions anybody has about any of the stuff that I've gone through. Please fire away if you have any questions. You can put them in a chat, or you can just unmute yourself and say them over the phone. Okay. So somebody's just asked there, are we going to have an opportunity to play around on this in the near future before the show? Yes, absolutely. We'll be getting out your logins sooner. than the attendee login. So you'll be able to actually go in, have a look on the platform and sort of move around and practice doing a few of these things like setting up a meeting or something. Diana has asked, when in a meeting with an attendee, can you include attachments in that comment in that comment section? You can't add attachments in that comment section. You would be able to share screen. So if it's like a PDF, for example, you would be able to share screen and show it on there. And that's available for everyone to see. You can also just message them directly. So say, for example, you've done the video call, pardon me, you can just go back into the messages and you can send it as like a picture across to them that way as well. Is there any flexibility, Eric's asked, is there any flexibility to update our exhibitors booth? It depends what you're doing. So something that Micah actually mentioned at the very start, if you need to do a booth rep change, for example, because of something like one of your booth reps is ill or they can't make it or their internet connection drops, which does happen, we'd be able to do sort of changes like that. We'd also be able to, if you've got in your little discussion bit, you want to change on there, that's no problem. With bigger changes like picture changes and so on, that would be a bit more difficult. You need to talk to the event managers if that is something that you need to do. So Melissa's asked, when does this go live for attendees? I'd best off checking with Veronica or on that one, or Mike on that one.
It'll be Friday.
Tina responded
Friday.
Friday, yes.
Oh, perfect. Okay, yeah. And when would we get reports of our booth visitors or an attendee list? So we can actually do that. At the end of each day, we will be able to tell you how many hits your booth has had, who's been in your booth as well, and how many times that person has been in your booth. Because sometimes we find you'll have somebody who goes into somebody's booth like 30 times and who isn't a booth rep, and they didn't actually message or video call you guys. So they're obviously a very highly potential lead, but they're not pushing themselves for that extra bit, whereas that's obviously what you guys would be able to do. So yeah, that would be, pardon me, sorry, that would be at the end of each day, we'd be able to get you a list of that, who's been in on your booth. So you can even message them the next day, for example, so which is really useful. Sorry about my cough, guys. Any other questions coming through? No? Okay. Well, brilliant, guys. That's everything from me. Obviously, we'll make sure that you do get your logins, everything like that, so you can all have a play around on the website. If you do have any questions, there is the help section, and that will go to the support team. I'm just going to put their email down in here as well. There's, like I say, it's quite a big team, so they'll be able to get back to you relatively quickly. They are UK based, so just bear that in mind. On the day, obviously, when it's your event, though, they're obviously set at the time of the event. But if you do have any other issues, any questions, any queries, anything like that, feel free to email support@allintheloop.com, and we'll actually be able to go through it in much more detail. But that's everything from me, guys. Is there anything, Veronica and the team, is there anything that you guys want to go through?
Just a reminder that for Friday, they'll receive an email with the exhibitor guide that gives detailed instructions on the things that you've gone over. So they'll have like a little workbook. And then for those who may not have been the primary contact, their attendee lists were sent out about a week ago. So check with your primary contact who received the attendee list already. But you'll get more information on Friday. And then also, I think Tina indicated the login information too.
Yeah, and a copy of the recording as well, this recording, in case they want to review it again.
Yes, yeah, absolutely. So this is being recorded. So as soon as we finish school, that recording will be stopped, and then we'll be able to get that sent out to you as well.
Excellent.
Brilliant. Okay, well, lovely sort of presenting for everybody. Hope you have a lovely rest of your day. And like I say, if you do need anything else from our team, just email that support all in the loop team. They're really good and they'll be able to get back to you right away as well.
Thank you.
No worries.
Thank you.
Bye, guys.
Hey, John,
Thank you.
can you stay on right quick?
Yeah, of course, of course.